Welcome back to Whatever Garage. In this episode, we're going to put this mess back together again and see if my fix is actually fixed. Let's get started. Alright, it's time to put the timing cover back on. Paint's dried, it's been a day. Actually turned out very nice, and as usual I use the VHT epoxy paint. It's for your suspension parts. I love this stuff. It lasts for a long time and looks pretty good. I did this one in, did I do this one in gloss? No, I did this one in satin. This is satin. Looks pretty good. Matches the motor. The motor's black. I haven't dressed up anything on the motor. I've just painted everything black. It's easier to paint them when they're out of the car, so that's why I haven't bothered. We'll wait till farther down the road if something happens and I have to pull the motor, then we'll make it look another color. Pretty, whatever you want to call it. Like this motor is going to go that titanium blue once I get all my parts in. Alright, what we have here is a timing rebuild kit. Timing cover rebuild kit, I guess you could say. This is pretty much all I need right this minute. But it comes with a new seal. That's for the oil pump, we don't need it. This is for the water pump, we do need it. But right now, we're dealing with this here fella. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lightly coat him with some RTV so I can get it to stick, because the dowels are no longer there, if you remember. Oh, that's not moving. Now, I just went and fixed this. Don't tell me it's out. Crack open a new bottle. I think I got my money for out of the last one, but boy, you gotta be careful. These things are like $12, $15 a bottle. So you gotta make sure they last. And again, let's try this. First things first. Sorry, you're gonna bounce for a second. Let me try and get my hands in here. Let's see if we can't get this to hold. Right there. Long enough for me to get the cover ready. Now, this is going to be the problem. Trying to make sure everything is lubed up so as not to leak. And not to overdo it. See, here's the problem. I gotta get under that. It does need to be in this area right here. I know this comes out because we took it out. All right, not sure how this is gonna go. You know, I'm gonna have to move you guys. I'm sorry, I need space here. There we go. Can you still see? I hope so. Even though I'm the one that needs to be the one seeing, right? Well, diggity. Hum diggity. I need to be on top of this. All right, now let's play a little game. Oh, who's your daddy? I got yous. Yeah. All right. All right, we got the bottom set in. Now I need to get all these bolts just finger tight. And then I got to run. One, I got to get the dog in, and she's got to go to the vet. I think I already told you that. To it easily or at all. And I'm out of time. I gotta go. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 20-25 minutes. Let's see if we can't get the rest of these on here. Okay, with this, how to explain it? With the gloves on, I couldn't reach it. Hell, without the gloves on, I can't reach it. Let's try 2 fingers. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll bring you guys back later. All right, we have the timing cover in, and we have the oil pan in. And I'm not gonna lie, it kicked my ass. That was tough. All right, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna start hooking the headers back up. All right, one of the things you did miss was I got the exhaust hung back up again. I was supposed to have done that several videos ago, but never did. So now my tailpipes look nice. All right, I just remembered something we have to do to the harmonic balancer. Let's move this. Got a Quadrajet and a Holly. Well, Holly EcoMaster, I think it's called. Then that's gonna go on the wife's car, truck, whatever. All right, here we have harmonic balancer. Here's your timing mark, this is the main one, and then these are your quarters. All right, I want to mark them permanently and make them easier to see. So, what I want to do is get a small straight edge. Let's do this correctly, and then I'm gonna make little marks here, here, and here, and then we'll put paint in them instead of just having the paint there, because the paint's gonna wear off eventually, especially when I hit it with some more black paint. And then I wanna make this look better, if that makes any sense. Yeah, my bad, I didn't even show it. I took my straight edge, took this, measured across. This is your main line, your timing line, and I lined them up with the center. So my first mark over here, my half mark, is correct, all right? So then we went from the center of this across. I had this one which was correct, but this one was wrong. This one was off by about 1/4 inch. But I did this when it was on the car last time. So now we have our marks. Now, how do we want to mark them? Well, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, I'm gonna do it this way because I want to. I'm just gonna make a little nick on it and then put paint on it. Not as big as this, just like a little zzz on each side. Not enough to affect it. For those of you who say that I'm gonna destroy it, oh well. Just a little nick. Okay. There's your main timing line. There is this one. Like I said, we're going to do just a nick. just a little bit off. I'll show you in a second. Oh, careful, don't drop the light. She's charging. Here's the original. Like I said, just a little nick on the edge. Just a little nick there. And a little nick there. All right, now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repaint this because it's chewed all up and looks like shite. This, I want to be able to try to get the degrees to stand out. A little difficult. I did clean it as good as I could before with a wire wheel. And it didn't do much. Now this isn't gonna do shit, but I'm just showing you. I'm gonna be a little smarter this time when I do the main one. I'll put tape on either side and then I'll do the yellow because that yellow just smears and does not come off. All we're gonna do is paint this black and then we're gonna cut out some gaskets. Like I said, nothing major here. Oh. Light dusting. This is gonna go a little heavier. This is where I was with the brush. Like all that's fine. See? Just fine. All right. I'm hoping that a regular size gasket for the water pump is gonna work now with the switching of the timing cover. But just in case, I am going to make another one out of this, which is a little thicker, and then this is the material we used last time. But look at it, it really compressed and wasn't all that thick, and it's torn in there. So I think it's shitty material, this, but then I have this one, but it's old. And the edges of this are cracking, but the middle is still pliable. So I might try and make it out of that. We'll see. That might just be a wasted effort and I need to buy new stuff. And you have this one. See? Ooh. Yeah, let's just not use that one. That's all garbage. This one's all I have left. Let's see if there's big enough to make two out of. There's one. No, it's not. Let's just do this then. I just did one, and I used a socket, and a knife. The big socket didn't want to punch through. The little socket did after about 15 hits. So, there we go. Let's see if we can do another one and show you. Start with the little one. Get her lined up. And commence to banging. This one did not go all the way through, so we hit her from the back side. Oh yeah, it's good. It's just the other one that was like that. Okay, now we have our gaskets. Let's put this mess up, and then we will find something else. All right, guys, we're under the car, and I'm going to show you. We're going to look past the starter up at a freeze plug, okay? Now, can you guys see that freeze plug? I've got a headlamp on. I'm trying to light it for you. All right. There are droplets of water in there. I will try and zoom in on it the best I can. I can't focus on the camera lens to see if it's clear or not. Okay. I think we're being played with. Okay? I thought it was the head gasket leaking down onto the freeze plug. But today I saw a little drop, like right up there, the two on the left. I saw them in the exact same spot, so I wiped it down before I left to go pick up my daughter. And now that I've come back, let's say 2 hours later, they're in the exact same spot again. I think that freeze plug has little weep holes in it. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wipe this down again so there's no droplets in there. I'm gonna put this rag above the starter, wedged between the block and the starter, to make sure no water can leak down onto that freeze plug. And then if there's droplets in there, that means it's the damn freeze plug, and we can replace that tomorrow. Take the starter out and do that. All right? Stand by. I'm gonna wipe this clean and I'm gonna show you. Give me a second to get my arm up here. Get it real nice and deep like. Okay. Back over. You see it? I'm trying to show you best I can. No water droplets. All right, now with you watching, nobody can say I cheated here. Even though there's no contest going on, I'm going to wedge this rag in between the starter and the block, so it cannot drip onto it, okay? You see, we good? Nice and tight in there. All right, we're gonna see if this leaks again. All right, it's the next morning. Let's see if we can't make our way underneath and see if that freeze plug is leaking or if it's the actual head. All right, here we go. Oh, right on my nose. I'll be dipped. Look at that, fellers. That is going to be that little gasket, or that little freeze plug. Son of a biscuit. All right, let's pull the rag out first, just to make sure that it's not wet. It's not even damp. It's that freeze plug. That stupid freeze plug made me tear down my entire engine. Damn. Alright, let's start by taking off this starter. Alright, starter is out. And that is a nice forward view. As we can see, this is just from last night. I can't reach it with this. Hang on. You see a little puddle there? Yeah, this is just from last night. Alrighty, let's drain the block. Alright, the block is currently draining. I want to test fit this to see if we're going to have any clearance issues. Now that we know what to look for, let's put that down for a second. Be careful, still got some water in it. I unplugged my light, darn it. Nice and clean. All right. And we have issues. Where the issues are, I can't see. Too low. Okay, no, we don't have issues. We are clear. I was hanging it too low before because I can't see with this light in my face. And I can actually see through the pump and the timing cover. So we should have done that to begin with. Oh well, live and learn. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's put this on. Let me get everything I'm gonna need. Gotta get this stuff out of the way though. There, that's out of the way. And stuff out of the way, I mean the brackets and the hoses are in the way. All right, jump the gun as usual. We need to put the harmonic balancer on first. And I have an installer this time. Let's get the keyway lined up. There she is. All right. I don't know why I did that. Didn't move it a bit. Oh, you know what I didn't add? I just noticed was a timing mark. Hang on a second. You know what? That's exactly what we didn't do. Well, we didn't put it on this. We didn't put the paint on this one, but we also didn't add the tab that goes on here. Let me go find that. Didn't get a bit of it on camera, did I? Son of a bitch. All right, what we did here was I taped off the timing marks, filled them with paint. Oops, shouldn't have done that one, like that. Let me double check this one, make sure it's all right. Yeah, it's fine. We'll let it sit here. This paint marker stuff dries pretty quick, and then we'll come back to it. Block is still draining. And I was knocking out the freeze plug and realized I don't have any freeze plugs. The one I have is too small. So I'm gonna make a second trip to the darn store. But not right now. I'm gonna do this, and then maybe lunch. Or do this and then go. What time is it? Oh, it's probably 11:20. If I can get there before lunchtime, then when I pick my daughter up, I can just come straight home and work. At least that's my theory. Is this thing ever gonna hit dead end? There we go. Why are you being so difficult? You know what the other thing we forgot? Stop right now and go get that tab. And of course, the only thing I have is a chrome one. So let's see where she needs to go. Right there. You know what, let's make sure this is gonna work first. What size were those bolts? Those are 3/8. All right, we got it installed. It's chrome. It'll just have to do for now. All right, back to what we were doing, which was making a mess. Where'd that other wrench go? Okay, that goes there. I guess the good thing is while I'm sitting up here on the creeper, the air conditioning's blowing right on me, so it feels good. Boy, I really confused myself with that one. That was the water pump pulley. No wonder shit didn't line up. Okay, there's that. So it still needs to go back quarter, about a quarter of an inch, maybe less, for these two to line up.
these two line up, then the other two line up. All right. It sounds like it's raining. My daughter just took the dogs for a walk. I guess she'll be running back now. All right, I do like this creeper, but for this particular item, it had to be done from the side. So I had to get down and do it from the side so I could see. I still need an extension. And you gotta find the hole. Now, how did yellow paint get down there? I'll tell you one thing, I am not a fan of this span shroud. It is tearing up my forearms. Again, to get these damn bolts on, you gotta come from the side for some freaking reason. All right, now, go find me a 5/8.
Give me any beat.
Got the gaskets on. Now we're going to put on the pump. Oh. Shit. Sorry. I put you on after I had put this over there. First things first, let's just anchor it. Did you move it? No, you didn't. All right. Just getting her in place first. Alright, this is where we drain the block, and directly above it is where I'm working, but I don't really think you can see it. I'm having a lot of fun trying to get that thing out.
I don't know if you can see it, but here's the thing we're trying to get out. It's not having a great time at it. So I'm gonna do the other technique I did on the other motors, and I'm just gonna freaking hit it with a hammer, if I can get the hammer in there. That's the problem. See, you can't get the hammer in there because of the angle. Damn it.
The leak was coming from, and I did not hit that top part very hard, so this thing must have been rotten from the inside. See, I got shit for an angle. This chair is getting in my way, or this creeper. Yeah, let's just hit my hand again. Just thank you. Oh, sure, let's have more come out. You dipstick. All right, let's take a look at the back side. It's impossible to tell. But I mean, you can see right where it's separated along that line, but of course I've been banging the shit out of it, so that's the back side of it. Nothing looks really corroded, but the way that line's separated, I'd have to say there was something up. That's just weird. The metal doesn't feel particularly thin. Now it is dark around that spot. Can you see the hole right here? Okay, now you can. That's where we just took it out from. When I get out from here, I will show you the piece closer up. Now, I think what I'm going to do... Oh, somebody's coming. Okay, this is the freeze plug, and it's beat all to hell because I was knocking it out, but you see that separation line up there? That's where it was leaking from. There was two little holes. Well, you couldn't see the holes, but there was two little areas up there where it was leaking. Now, when I hit it with this, that instantly separated. And if you look on the back here, that's the only area that has any dark areas, or dark spots, or rust, right there. So that's pretty weird. I mean, this is a brass one. The metal doesn't feel thin, but it was obviously a weak area. So that's where she was leaking from, guys. No head gasket leaking, just a freeze plug. And I made my second trip to the store and got another bag. So we have plenty now. Alright, there's the new one installed. Looks good. Hasn't leaked yet. Now we're going to move over and put the drain plug back into the block, and then we will move back up top and continue to put this thing back together. Alright, the underside is buttoned up. Exhaust is back on. Well, except for this header. We still have to attach the header, but I'm waiting on the exhaust manifold gaskets to get here. They should be here sometime today. So we'll finish putting in all the accessories up here now, and then we'll fill her up with water. And by water, I mean antifreeze. You know what I mean. Alright, what we got here is a fan belt. Now, which is which? I say that partly serious because I don't remember which one goes where. Well, obviously this one's going to go here because this one's shorter than that one, I think. But if I remember correctly, we've got to do this first because I said so. Of course you're gonna fall. Oh, there we go. Forgot I had some slack there. Good. Okay, fan belts are on. Next. The fan. Alright, the first fun thing is getting this through. Straighten up, eh? Ah, lovely. All right, now let's tighten up the belts. All right, tighten up the compressor.
bend it out of shape now, but you do want it tight. Once we get started. All right. I don't like how close it sits to this, but I don't know of any other way to lift it. I don't know if a zip tie would work from here to there, maybe. It looks stupid, but it'd save me from being on the side of the road, wouldn't it? Because all it would take is that just hitting there. Not even that much. I'm gonna do it while I'm thinking of it. Okay. Oh, shit. All right, what I want you to see is this. I'm talking about the radiator hose sits less than a fingertip from the fan belt. And with it having water in it, then it might sit lower or bouncing around. I don't want it hitting that. I don't know why it's like that unless I put the hose on backwards, but it doesn't look like I did. Anywho, I'm gonna try something just to get an idea of what it'll do. This is a huge zip tie. But see, then the zip tie rubs. So, what else could we do? Could we run it up in here? Yeah, we can. And we're going to. There. That keeps it away. I don't care how it looks. Get snips, we're good. All right, last thing to do is tighten up the power steering. And I have no idea what it is. That's gonna be 5/8. Taste of antifreeze in the morning. Now my glasses are blurry. Down there where the header connects to the pipe. Other than her dripping a little antifreeze from where she spewed out of here, that's the only thing I see so far. thermostat's pegged now. Why wasn't this opening? You can smell it. She's hot. All right. Antifreeze level is still the exact same. There's an occasional bubble. Thermostat's not opening. Thermostat inside is pegged. Using the thing to measure the temperatures seem to be fine all the way around. And I don't mean that that went straight to over. It slowly crept up as the car was running. So I'm opening up the thermostat housing. Either one, I'm going to replace the thermostat, or two, we're going to let out whatever air bubbles in here. And trying to do it without making the biggest mess. Yeah, look at the steam coming out. She's a little hot. Oh, good Lord. See, I probably should have filled the butt. Hope I didn't warp the damn heads. All right, new thermostat, new gasket. It's on there, filled up with antifreeze, both the block and the radiator now. I'm learning. I've got the absorbent stuff on the floor soaking up all the antifreeze. I'm gonna take a quick lunch break, and then after I pick up my daughter, I'll come back and we'll start it again and move it. All right, it's a new day. After yesterday's little fiasco with the antifreeze, we'd spilled a ton of it on the floor. So I put down some Speedy Dry, and I wanted to give it a chance to dry everything up so that today, when we start it, we can look for leaks. Okay? Now, we're gonna go at this real slow because I threw my back out yesterday. So I'm gonna do this as I can. Right now, I'm gonna get the broom and get all the Speedy Dry from out underneath, and then we're gonna start her up and keep an eye on the radiator and the temperature again. But just as an update, I filled up the block with antifreeze. That was probably my own stupid mistake. I'm just used to filling up the radiator and it goes through, so there's your lack of knowledge for you. Put a new gasket on the thermostat housing, replaced thermostat with a new thermostat. What else did we do? Oh, and then cleaned everything up. So let's see what happens. All right, all the Speedy Dry is cleaned up. It's relatively dry. You can't see any fresh liquid down there, but you can see where the concrete got a little saturated. So we'll be able to tell if anything falls. I also put down the pan after I cleaned it to catch anything, easier to see. So the only thing to do now is to open the door and start her up. Let's get to it. car finally has no leaks, no oil, no ATF, and no antifreeze for the first time since I've owned it. So we will joyride in the next video. In this video, we're done. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you made it this far, I really congratulate you. Next time we will finish the hood, put it back on the car, and go for some joyriding. All right, remember to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. This is Whatever Garage, out.